Who can tell me the factors of 250? What are two factors? Yep, Jaden. 10 and 25 works for me. You told us it's 10 and 25. You want to tell us the rest of them, or do you want me to wait here? Factors of 25? Okay, so Jaden, you're here. What's the factors of 10? 5 and 2. Okay, so when I talked to her after class, she said what might be helpful, since you guys can't highlight, is for you guys to circle your leaves, the bottom, so you guys can see that that's where it ends. And of those leaves, now we're going to look for buddies, and we're going to box them in. So we have 2 5s that have a buddy, so they get boxed in. The 5 comes out front. What doesn't have a buddy?
2.
The 2 and the 5. We multiply those together, we get 10. Okay, next up we have 60. Who can tell me factors of 60? 10 and 6. Okay, factors of 10? 2 and 5. Okay, factors of 6? 3 and 2. I'm going to circle my leaves so you guys can do that at your seats as well. When I circle those, that's the 3, the 2, the 2, the 5. That's the last part that we can get to on those. Those are the prime factors. We're going to box in the things that have buddies. And that's the 2. What doesn't have a buddy? The 3 and the 5. We multiply those together and we get 15.
What about the 8?
And then, oh, we didn't multiply by 8. Good call. Multiplied by 8. When we multiply it by 8, what do we get when 2 times 8? 16 square root of 15. Okay, and then we have 72. 72 factored. 8 and 9. Okay, 8 goes to 2 and 4. 4 goes to 2 and 2. 9 goes to 3 and 3. Okay, I'm going to circle my leaves. So 3, 3, 3, 3. Oh, that's not true. 3, 3, 2, 2, 2. Box in the ones that have buddies. The ones that have buddies here are the 3s. They come out front, so negative 2 times 3. The 2s times 2. That's a times sign, even if it looks like a minus. And then square root of what didn't have a buddy? The 2, right? So the 4 we broke down further. I boxed it, but I don't want to. What's 2 times 3 times 2? So 2 times 3 is? Times 2? 12. So we have negative 12 square root of 2. Okay, so any questions on that half of our bell ringer? Okay, next one up. We're going to talk about alternate interior angles. Nice refresh. Who can tell me alternate interior angles?
I got it.
4 and? Okay. Okay, Robert, you want to tell me the other one?
3 and 6.
3 and 6. Thank you. Cannon, do you want to tell me alternate exterior?
What do you say?
Do you want to tell me alternate exterior?
2 and 7.
2 and 7. You want to tell me the other one?
1 and 8.
1 and 8. Okay, same side interior, Josiah?
3 and 5, 4 and 6.
3 and 5, 4 and 6. Okay. Objective today is to be able to perform addition and subtraction with radicals. So we're adding and subtracting radicals today. We only have one more day in this section other than review. We do multiplication and division tomorrow, which means by the end of the week you'll be having a quiz. A 2 addition and subtraction. We're going to simplify where it says yesterday you're thinking back to Friday. So we're going to get those into its lowest possible terms. And then the second step is as long as it has the same radical, you can add and subtract the coefficients. So when we're adding and subtracting radicals, we have to make sure the thing that's in the square root match. So here we have a square root of 7 and the square root of 7. Since they match, we can add our coefficients. So 4 plus 5 is?
9.
So we write 9 square root of 7. That's a 7.
This is the easiest.
I'll make it look a little nicer. Okay, our next one up, we want to look here. If you were going to write factors for 6, it would be 2 and 3. If you're going to do it for 13, the only thing you'd have is 13 and 1. So none of those can be replaced. What you have there is what's there. There's no buddies to take out. They stay. So we can combine our like terms, the things that have the radical 6. So that's the 3 radical 6 plus the 5 radical 6. What's 3 plus 5? 8 square root of 6. Thing that didn't have anything to combine with stays the same. minus the square root of 13. Okay, so here, if we break down 3 factors into what? Nothing that's going to be able to be taken out. So we're going to keep it as 7 square root of 3 because it would be 3 and 1. Nothing has a buddy. If you did 6 goes to 2 and 3. Does anything have a buddy in there? No, so we're going to leave it as minus 4 square root of 6. Okay, but we do know we can factor out 48. Can somebody tell me factors of 48? 24 and 2 is good for me. Okay, factors of 24. 12 and 2. Okay, factors of 12. 6 and 2. 6 goes to. I'm going to rewrite that so it goes the other direction. So 3 and 2. Okay, I'm going to circle the things that are my leaves, the bottom of their branches. This is the bottom of a branch. 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 And this is the bottom of a branch. We're going to box in things that have buddies. So we have buddies with the 2's. We have buddies with the 2's. So I end up with 2 times 2 times 2. Square root of what didn't have a buddy? 3. So our 2's, one stayed from the beginning. And then we had one pair of 2's, one pair of 2's, thing that didn't have a buddy. So 2 times 2 times 2 is? So we have plus 8 square root of 3. Okay, we also have 6 times square root of 54. Factors of 54. So we can start with 2. How many times does 2 go into 54? 27. Factors of 27. 9 and 3. Factors of 9. Okay, I'm going to circle our leaves, the things at the bottom of our branches. 3, 3, 3, 2. Things that have buddies get blocked in. So these are the 3's. The 3 times the 6. Negative 3 times 6. Square root of what didn't have a buddy? 2 and 3. We multiply them together and we get? So negative 3 times 6 is? Negative 18 square root of 6. Okay, now that we have that, we can do our like terms and combine. So we have 7 square root of 3, and we have 8 square root of 3. What is 7 plus 8? 15. Okay, so we have 15 square root of 3. And then we have, let me switch my color. We have negative 4 square root of 6 and negative 18 square root of 6. So what are we going to have there?
Negative 22.
Negative 22. You guys are my first class that's gotten that on the first try. Negative 22 square root of 6. Nothing can be combined between those. So we end up with just that as our answer. Okay, our next one down here. Does it have the same stuff under the radical? It does, yep. Both have the square root of 5, so all we have to do is add the coefficients. 3 plus 2 is?
5.
So our answer is going to be 5 square root of 5. Okay, so factors of 27 are 9 and 3. Okay, 9 breaks down to 3 and 3. I'm going to circle my leaves. If I can get that. 1, 2, 3. Box in what we have to have the same buddy. Which ones have a buddy? The 3's. The 3 comes out front, which doesn't have a buddy stays locked up, which is just our 3. So we now have 3 square root of 3 minus the square root of 3. What do we get? Close. So if we can't see a number in front of the square root, what number's there?
1.
It's a 1. So we have 3 minus 1, which is 2 square root of 3. Over here we have 24. 24 breaks down to 2 and 12, 2 and 6, 2 and 3. You could have taken another approach, just as long as you're getting similar factors. So you have 2, 2, 2, and 3. The ones that have buddies get boxed together. They escape 2 square root of 6 plus 6 square root of 6. We add those together. 2 plus 1 is 3 square root of 3, or 3 square root of 6, not square root. Any questions on these? we're going to start here. Factors of 28. 7 and 4. Factors of 4. 2 and 2. Okay, I'm going to circle the things that have leaves. So our leaves are 7, 2, and 2. The ones that have buddies, I'm going to box in. We box in our 2s. The 2 comes out front and multiplies with the 5. Which doesn't have a buddy is the 7, and it stays locked up. Okay, so that gives me 10. Square root of 7. Over here we have 45. What are our factors of 45? 9 and 5. 9 goes to 3 and 3. Okay, I'm going to circle my leaves. So 3, 3, 5. I box in the ones that have buddies. My 3s have buddies. I end up with minus 2 times 3, square root of 5. What's 2 times 3? Square root of 5. Okay, so that is our final answer. Nothing else can be added or subtracted from it. And then our next one, our last problem for the day, 112. What are some factors? Okay, we'll start with it's even.
56 and 2.
Yep, that's a good place to start, 56 and 2. We see that 56 is still even, so we can take out a 2 there. So that becomes 28. Okay, what goes into 28?
4 and 7.
4 and 7. Okay, 2 and 2. I'm going to circle the things that are at the end of my leaves. So 4, nope, let's try it again. 7, 2, 2, 2, 2. I'm going to box in what has buddies. My 2s have buddies. And my 2s have buddies. So we end up with 4 times 2 times 2 times the square root of 7, which doesn't have a buddy. So 4 times 2 is?
8.
Times 2?
16.
So I have 16 square root of 7. I'm writing this above. Okay, our next one is 56. I'm going to make sure I don't run into these. So factors of 56.
8.
What'd you say?
8 and 7.
8 and 7. 8 goes to 4 and 2. 2 and 2. Okay, I'm going to circle my leaves so you can see them and circle them as well. 2, 2, 2, 7. Okay, so a 2 escapes. I'll box it in. Box it in. 2 escapes. And then we have a 5 that was already in front of it. What doesn't escape? 7 and 2. So we multiply those together and we get 14. So 2 times 5 is? So we have plus 10 square root of 14. Okay, and then over here, we have 126. What goes into 126?
3.
3. Okay, how many times does 3 go in? 42. Okay, what goes into 42?
6 and 7.
6 and 7. Thank you. 6 goes to 3 and 2. Okay, I'm going to circle my leaves. So that's a 3, a 3, a 2, and a 7. The things that have buddies are going to be the 3s. Let me choose a color that's not red. Okay, so they're going to be our 3s right here. So we now have negative 9 times 3. And then we have 2 times 7, which is 14. What is 9 times 3? Negative 27 square root of? Square root of 14. Okay, so when we look at this, we see our first number it has a square root of 7, so it cannot be combined with our other numbers. So we have 2 things that have a square root of 14. So what is 10 minus 27? Ten minus 27. Negative 17. Square root of 14. And that's our final answer.